Yo, what's up? This is Cody Carson of Set It Off, and you're listening to Morgan Richards on Radio Cardiff.
Hey, I'm Morgan Richards from Radio Cardiff, 90.7 FM, and I'm very pleased to say that I'm joined in the studio today by a band full of those Duality haunting bad guys forever stuck in their youth. It's of course Temper Florida's dream catchy blend of pop rock. It's the lovely Cody from Set It Off.
Oh, thank you so much. What an introduction. I loved that. So many of our titles used in the introduction. It's very nice.
I liked it.
Very well done.
So how's things?
Oh, things are well, man. We've been having a crazy good time on this tour. It's our first European UK headliner ever. And it's been just going incredibly well. Really full crowds, really loud crowds, which is what we love. We love when people are singing along. And a lot of crazy nights full of drinking with friends.
Yeah. Sounds like it's been a barrel of fun.
Oh, complete. It's been a case of barrels of fun.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, great to hear. So, Cody, over the last few months, it's safe to say that you guys have been extremely busy on the road since the release of your second album, Duality, on Rude Records back in October.
Yeah.
With a response seeing you explore many different territories as of late with your first headline tours overseas.
Yeah.
I'm sure to have all this response pushing you to that next level has been overwhelming, returning to a lot more countries, bigger and better than before.
Yeah, and I think that's the most exciting part about the whole process is we created this record Duality not knowing how it was going to do, and it's safe to say it's our greatest response we've ever had to a record. I mean, over here in the UK, like Kerrang and Rock Sound are pushing it like crazy. Kerrang gave us 5 out of 5, Rock Sound 9 out of 10. I mean, like, it felt amazing to get those great reviews. And then, the United States, the fans, the draw is increasing so much. A third of our headliner tour in the United States was sold out. And then now we came over here to our first headliner, and a lot of the dates are just completely filled out. It's amazing. It's cool to see this growth. For instance, we've always wanted to play festivals like Slam Dunk, but just the timing wasn't right yet. We weren't ready for it. And now we're about to not only play Slam Dunk, but we're about to open the main stage. So things are going really well. I'm really excited.
Oh, fantastic. And Duality has opened you up to a lot more people with this record, but a few have been saying that it displays a much more refined, poppier sound compared to previous material, mixing pop sing-alongs, hard rock guitar parts, and theatrical moments in between. Is this just a reflection of how many different types of inspirations you all have as a collective and really the styles of tracks that you can produce?
Absolutely. I think that's what we became more adept at in the writing process for this record, was realizing how to tap into our influences and really reach down into, the things we grew up listening to, whether it be funk, soul, 90s pop, R&B, hip hop. We got to mix all these different genres where otherwise, stand alone on themselves, but kind of mix it into this melting pot that kind of created the Set It Off sound. Like, I think one of the best examples is Bleak December. It has a very heavy 90s influence. It's almost like if NSYNC, Michael Jackson, and Newfound Glory wrote a song. Like, it's interesting, but that's the kind of fun thing we like to do. Like, Dan and I would be writing. I swear to you, there was a song, there was a demo. It didn't make the record, but we named the demo "It's My Song" because it reminded us of "It's My Life" by John Bon Jovi, which makes no sense as far as Set It Off goes. But we had that sort of vibe of that song. We'll start writing and then listen to like 2 other songs that are complete opposites. Like one time we were writing a song and we listened to Kelly Clarkson. And we listened to, actually, this is the same song. We listened to Kelly Clarkson, John Bon Jovi, and I think some Britney Spears song. But like those 3 are so different. I think that's what helped us do that, though. Being able to listen to all those artists and appreciate, this is where we came from. Let's put it in our music.
And one thing I found quite interesting with the writing approach this time around was the fact that a couple of tracks you actually put some ideas through an a cappella test, seeing if you could all voice out the instruments to determine the value of the song, especially with Bleak December. Yeah,
actually it was that song. When we were working on Bleak, it started off with just like a really rough voice memo of just me and acoustic guitar. There was no lyrics or anything. But when we actually came down to write it and structure it out, we were like, we didn't have anything. We didn't have a guitar or anything. So what I like to say is, if a song is good enough, it can pass the acoustic guitar test. Like, you should be able to take any #1 hit song and put it with just a vocalist and an acoustic guitar, and it should be able to survive on its own without, the production behind it. So what we did was we sat around, Dan sang the like bass line, and Brandon, our producer, did like the overlying like counter melodies, and then I sang the melody and the lyrics that we had so far. Because we were inspired by this demo of Beat It by Michael Jackson, and he demoed that out with just his voice. So calm, and that calm Michael Jackson voice, like, all right, this next thing is... it was incredible. But it was really inspiring. We were like, all right, let's see if we can do this. We made ourselves step outside of our comfort zone and really challenged us, and I think it really improved us as writers as well. Like, we keep challenging ourselves, and I think the more you do that, the better you can become.
And I actually understand that on this album, you ended up working with several different producers who all separately have worked on very different sounding artists and bands to each other. Did you feel with yourselves having those different shades of styles fit better to work with each producer individually?
You know, the good thing about it is at first, like that sort of idea, like I heard about bands that would work with multiple producers, and I usually wouldn't like those records. And so first I was kind of scared, but the difference here is we knew all three of these people. So we already had a connection with them. It's not like, oh, this producer's worked with this band and this band and this band, so they must be good. Let's just go work with them, which is how we used to kind of make that decision. We knew Brandon. This is crazy. The way we met Brandon, Dan and I went out to LA to go write, and my friend Casey Sable had a girlfriend at the time that I knew named Jamie, and I was like, hey, you know a place we could crash? And she's like, yeah, I can crash on my boyfriend Casey's couch. He happened to have a roommate, Brandon Paddock, who just came in later from working with John Feldman. So here he comes in and he starts talking about writing, and I could tell he was very intelligent with writing. He also, I loved this. I was telling him about one of our songs at the time. I was like, yeah, it's a B minor, and then it turns into this key here. And he goes, no, that's the same key, it's still minor. And I was like, what? And he like out-theoried me, and I was like, I like this guy. It was really cool. And so then we met Tommy when we went to go write a song with Feldman once. And Tommy was the engineer there. And Dan spent most time with him and really liked him, and he had a really good connection with Tommy. Matt Appleton is the third producer. Matt I met on Warped Tour because he plays tenor sax for Real Big Fish. Weirdly enough, on Warped Tour you make friends with the bands you least expect, and I love ska music. I did never expect to become friends with Real Big Fish, but we did. And I got really close with Matt. Very helpful when it came to like working with bass guitar and getting it to sound exactly right, and also horns, obviously. You know, Dan and I did our horns. I did clarinet, he did trumpet, and then he did like every other instrument under the sun. He plays everything. It was really cool to see it all unfold.
And Duality actually features two great guest vocalist spots from the likes of Jason Lancaster of Go Radio and William Beckett.
The reason why I appreciate this experience the most, as far as when we selected Jason, was I feel like a lot of times when artists select a guest vocalist, it's strictly for the marketing value. At the time, Go Radio had disbanded, and it was purely about his vocal tone over that song Tomorrow. Basically, we wrote this demo in 2009. I sang this bridge that didn't want to let go of. When I sang it, I remember thinking only Jason should be singing this part, but we didn't know him at the time. And then eventually we met him at South by Southwest, and then we took his younger brother, who's in Stages and Stereos, out on tour. And so we developed a relationship with him, and then when the time came, when I was able to ask him, it just felt like a situation where it was meant to be. We reached out and he loved the song, he said yes. And the best thing about both these artists, both good friends, and both sent their version of their part over, and it was perfect the first time. There was no revisions. It was unreal. And that's so awesome, because you can tell you're working with professionals then, you know? They had really high standards of excellence, and they delivered.
And just a couple more very quick things now before you go. One thing I wanted to mention to you from this recent tour was that before your London show, you actually went out to the city centre with the acoustic guitars and started busking.
Yeah, we did. We wrote a new song, and we wanted to find an interesting way to reveal it. I can't really go into too much detail about the new song. I'll kind of let people's iPhones kind of take over from there, the videos that we're taking there. But what I can say is we've heard about the whole like busking thing. It's really, street performing's way more appreciated over here, it seems, than it is in the States. I mean, in New Orleans or New York City, it's like really popular, but like anywhere else, it's pretty much just thought of as begging, you know? So it was kind of cool to see, the appreciation for the performing arts just on the streets. It was nice. Yeah. And a lot of fans were able to come out too and sing along, so it was fun.
Oh, awesome, because there's a little rumor going around at the moment that you guys might have plans to release an acoustic track or album in the very near future.
We're working on some stuff. I can't confirm or deny what it is, but I will say that there's some new material coming out. Just keep your eyes peeled.
With that now, is there anything else we can expect from you guys in the very near future?
Well, one thing we're really excited about is, so again, this is our first European UK headliner ever, and as soon as it's done, we do Slam Dunk, then after Slam Dunk, we fly to Japan, and then we do our first Japan co-headliner, which they've been incredible to us too, the Japan AP, Alternative Press. After we played, rated us Best Live Band of the Year, and then before they named Duality Album of the Year. So we're excited to go back there and see the growth. We've only been there once, but really excited to see what that's about. And then we're flying back from Japan over to the United States. We get a week off to create some more content, which you will also see more of in the future. And then we're doing all of Van's Warped Tour. A lot of work coming up, but we're really, really excited. But that's how we like it. We like to stay busy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Well, that's about it. Cheers for taking time out to have
a quick chat, man. Thanks for having us.
No worries. Best luck with now everything in the near future, and hopefully I can catch up with you guys again very soon.
Sounds good, man. Thanks.